My name's Ken Shelton, the VP of IT.
My name is Brian Tappe, Vice President of Software Development.
Hostek has been a web hosting company for, 24 years, 1998. Am I doing my math correctly there? Yeah, and they are primarily focused on ColdFusion since 2002. So that's what they do. Right?
So my name is Urmil Mehta. I'm a Director of Cloud Operations for Basware, and Basware is one of the global leader in B2B space.
My name is Gabe Ingram. I'm the Manager of Internal Systems at marketamerica.shop.com. We're an internet retail provider focusing on B2B as well as to what we call distributors and internal customers.
Media Technologies. We have a hyper focus on high availability solutions and ColdFusion cloud hosting more specifically. We've been working in the Azure realm, doing a lot on the Microsoft Azure platform, and it's been absolutely amazing for us so far. The capabilities that we've been able to actually build into some of our applications and provide our customers over the past couple of years has been just wonderful. It's given us the ability to provide stuff that we really weren't able to before, and there's the scalability and resources that we can offer is just out of this world on the Microsoft Azure platform.
Steve Summers. I'm the Chief Application Architect at Shift4 Payments. We do payments, we're a payment gateway. So, we also do acquiring for merchants, pretty much across the board for all hospitality type industry. So restaurants, hotels, retail establishments, e-commerce, so pretty much process payments for everything.
Yeah, our story with ColdFusion started when we brought our software IT team on to do some web upgrades. Our website was kind of old, and Jim here was a new VP of marketing and had some ideas of how to improve our website. And so we didn't have a lot of time. We needed to get it up in time for a trade show. And so our IT team identified that ColdFusion could rapidly speed up the development of our new website.
It's been an excellent journey. Earlier today we talked in the keynote about having an advantage of having a clean slate coming in. So we were on a CMS-based PHP platform, Concrete 5, and made a migration to Lucy, which is the open source version of ColdFusion. And it did give us the groundwork and foundation that we needed to consider the ultimate goal, and that was to get into Adobe ColdFusion, being building enterprise apps and with quite a few applications that we had targeted to build and put into pipelines. We thought we would best position ourselves for the long game and perpetuate all the development efforts and having that support of the Adobe team.
Yeah, and then also on the IT side of things, we started off with a pretty small footprint. We only had a little budget, but little servers and a little bit of infrastructure. So we needed a platform that would scale, but also be able to provide APIs. We needed to power our investor relations website, our corporate website, and then our internal tools that our different departments use to conduct day-to-day business.
Great. Really, since the very early days, Hostek jumped on board, decided to focus on ColdFusion. Obviously, they saw the potential there, and just been on top of it the whole time. Just I think taking feedback from clients and improving the product as ColdFusion itself improved.
We've been using ColdFusion for a very long time. I would say more than 10 to 12 years. We started using when it was in the Macromedia days, and since then, a lot of our business logic is written in ColdFusion, and it still works.
The company's been using ColdFusion for, I would say, since 2005. I think we started on ColdFusion 6, and we've migrated through the years and kept up with the the versions. Currently, we're getting ready to start using ColdFusion 2021. So that's our plan to move forward.
Well, my personal journey with ColdFusion started in 1999 with ColdFusion 3.1 at that time. I've used it at 3 companies now. Currently, Market America has been using it since 2005, and it's pretty much powering all of our front-end applications as well as internal tools and lots of processing going on inside the company.
It's been absolutely amazing since day one. Right, my first actual web page with the database table that he actually showed me. He walked me through it, and it was. I haven't looked back since. I've been building with ColdFusion every single day since I started working with it, and just some of the capabilities and some of the ways that ColdFusion drastically simplifies your life from a developer's point of view, and being able to speed up that production really grants us the ability to do stuff that really takes a lot more time on other programming languages. Having worked C++ and in Java and some more primitive languages in the past, ColdFusion really speeds up that development process.
Well, again, we've been working with it a long time, so it's been good. It's an interesting community, and it's really what it is. It's not just a bunch of people here. It's really a community. It's always been that way.
Well, it's been a long journey. I've been using ColdFusion. First introduced to it in like 1999. First production code in ColdFusion was about 2002, 2002 time frame. And been using it ever since, so I actually love ColdFusion.
That's a good question. So we look at ColdFusion as a great platform for constantly making these adaptive changes. And so one of the things we've been asking for was something that was a bit more agile. So as you can imagine, from the marketing side, I'm constantly asking the guys to make updates to the website, whether it's talking to a different member of the audience, if you will. And as we talked about earlier today, things that we're trying to get the site to resonate with, not just with the engineering community, but it's also with people on the procurement side of the business, also the potential investors and people from the press. So to that point, we're constantly adding new content, adding new pages, and trying to constantly morph the site to be basically a better vehicle or a tool for those who come and visit Guerrilla RF.
And I would add, I think one part that's real exciting for me is also the custom application development. We're in the hardware business, and we have a lot of unique software needs. And one competitive advantage we found in competing against much larger competitors is that our custom software enables new business processes. We can move a lot faster. We've got tools now that help with our design engineering, with our quality systems, with our manufacturing, our operations, our CRM systems, custom developed, all of it is on ColdFusion. So we've found these new portal apps, we call them, to be extremely helpful in differentiating in our business model.
It's about as extensive as yours from Adobe. So we have long-term plans with the product and the platform. We highlighted today a corporate website that we embarked on about 1.5 years ago, and it was a stellar success. And that led into the next development, which was for the investor relations website that Ken had just mentioned. And it's carried on even further. So Ryan, our CEO, has mentioned that we have a number of portal apps that we currently have built and we're using. We're in the process of migrating those into even more robust and enterprise and scalable applications for future use. But more importantly, our custom homegrown CRM and ERP system is 100% planned on the ColdFusion platform. So we'll continue to involve the Adobe team, and we'll continue to involve the product anyway. We're very excited about the new releases. There are several enhancements in there that I think will continue to further our successful implementation integrations with Adobe ColdFusion.
The goal is to stick with it. ColdFusion has a lot of potential. Very early days, I believe. ColdFusion's been through a lot, of course. It's been around for a long time. There's a lot to come, and Hostek will be there for it.
So we try to innovate ourselves using AWS services a lot. It helps us to innovate faster, and the one thing that I enjoy with ColdFusion lately is that all the integration that it allows us to work with AWS services. So we are looking forward to working with ColdFusion to allow us to utilize the AWS services.
Yeah, I mean, our company is committed to using ColdFusion. We use it for all of our public websites. It's an integral part in our everyday development at the company. So yeah, that's it. We plan to keep it around as long as it's supported and yeah.
We're very committed to ColdFusion. Like I said, we've been using it forever now. We've expanded into the API manager. We're using the performance metric tools. So we're very committed to continuing to use ColdFusion in the future.
From our perspective, more cloud. We've slowly started migrating things from our in-house data centers to the Azure platform, which is, like Mike said, is phenomenal. So we see more of that happening. We see a lot more customers going that direction, and we're hoping to continue that.
Future outlook, it's up in the air right now because I'm one of the last real pro ColdFusion people at Shift4. I've been basically promoting it forever. I still think it's one of the best languages out there, environments out there. But our biggest issue is getting talent. Most of the new talent coming out of colleges, they don't know ColdFusion. Many have never even heard of it, or they don't know it, so it's hard to find talent. So with experience with it, so I don't know.
I guess what we reiterated during the keynote earlier today, CS has been around a long time, and what we've been most impressed with, however, is how adaptable and how fast our team, a very small team, has been able to use that tool and to pivot quickly and develop a really fantastic product in a very short amount of time. And if I look at our team, we have 2 full-time developers. We're able to come out with a rivaling website that basically surpassed the websites of our competitors. And these competitors have literally armies of developers on staff. For us, that's one of the big messages of the power of ColdFusion and why we were so attracted to it from the very beginning. And so we look forward to seeing the keynotes, the other messages at the keynote today about the advances that are being planned for ColdFusion moving forward. It's clear to us that this is a fantastic platform to depend upon for the next few years to come.
Yeah, the biggest one I have is get involved. Sometimes you can have the best product in the world, but until you really educate yourself on the capabilities of it, get involved in the community. There is quite a large, customers and developers out there, engineers that are using ColdFusion, and being able to understand what the capabilities are. Reach out to Adobe. There's a lot of forums for help, but until you really wrap your head around the product and the capabilities that it has and how nicely it does integrate with multiple technology stacks that I'm sure everybody's using, you don't really understand, I think, what capabilities you have with ColdFusion 2021 until you start to pull those covers back and get involved.
Yeah, I would say within your company to actually be an evangelist for the product, but also it can provide a lot of useful data, so you can do data-driven decisions. It helps also connecting into third-party vendors. We look into Microsoft, Twilio, MailChimp, several of those. So it's a good overall platform to kind of reach into the other technologies and tie them all together.
Yeah, like I said, early days. I mean, a lot of functionality will be coming. The web is changing. The web has gone through a lot in the last 20 years. So stick with it. There's a lot to offer. ColdFusion has a lot to offer.
Yeah, I mean, don't write off ColdFusion. It's an amazing language. It's very easy to learn. Easy to do the innovations with it, and then spend some time with it, and you will start enjoying it. And the new features that are coming up on ColdFusion are amazing, and it will make your life much easier.
Yeah, I would just say if you're looking for a easy to learn, rapid development language. It's a great place to do that, to learn. It was great for myself. I was self-taught, and I think it's something that you can ramp up quickly and be very successful at it.
Mainly it's, just that it is a really, really easy to learn, super rapid development application. And you can pretty much power anything you want with it, be it mobile or desktop apps or internal tools. So yeah, you can pretty much build it.
At least on the Microsoft Azure platform, there's so much with ColdFusion that is already integrated with things that run on the Microsoft platform, like Redis Cache. They have high availability offerings for Redis Cache on Microsoft Azure, and there's the package manager, packages such as like the SAML, single sign-on capabilities, and with Azure applications and Active Directory and identity management, you're able to leverage so much of that with ColdFusion applications and start being able to handle requests in a secure, streamlined fashion. They're very easy to ColdFusion.
Yeah, from your block.
Well, we've been hearing for years that ColdFusion is dead, and so from my perspective, I think from the whole community's perspective, it's not dead. It's more alive than ever. So don't give up on it, I guess is my message. It's a phenomenal platform, and I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. That's for sure.
Redevs, it's just a great environment. I wish it was somehow promoted more in schools and whatnot. That's more for people fresh out with a new computer science degree or whatever. I wish they had more hands-on into it. I think it would sell itself. Unfortunately, it's not taking off. So yeah, it's really good.